Well, obviously, huge accomplishment by Lauren. I mean, to break Mo Billings' record is a tremendous compliment, and obviously has made a huge difference in how we can defend and things that we can do. I actually love the way that she was able to switch out on guards and be able to keep them in front as well. So just huge props for how she defends on that way. And it's a weird, it's sort of a weird dichotomy I'm feeling right now. On the one hand, I'm really proud that they found a way, and this time of year it's about finding a way to get 2 top 25 wins and to grind it out and to have missing pieces and find ways to adjust and do things that lead to winning. And we did enough of those things to lead to winning. On the other hand, we are not playing with the kind of fervor, passion, focus, aggression that I've seen from our team, and we got to figure that out really fast. And so, Coach Wooden used to say, nothing great is ever achieved without enthusiasm, and I think there's more enthusiasm in us. And so I trust their hearts, I trust their work ethic, so we got to figure out what's getting in the way of that, and that will be imperative before we go to Iowa and play in front of a sold-out crowd.
Hey, Coach. I saw your Instagram post this morning, and obviously this game was bigger than just a regular game to you. Can you talk about what this game meant to you? And
Yeah.
I got a question for Lauren as well. Coach Shauna said she basically don't want to see you again. Can you talk about your ability to cause problems for so many teams, and you breaking records tonight as well?
You go first, Lauren.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think defensively that's something that I take a lot of pride in, and obviously today I had to switch on guards a couple times, and I've never played against them, so I guess they just kept going up, and I was just there every single time, so might not go like that the next time we play them, but yeah, I mean, just, I think the coaches have a lot of faith in me, and they, put me in those situations that I have to switch out on guards, so credit to them. But yeah, defense is just something that I've always taken pride in. So
I have been really emotional all day. I'm wearing my jersey because of in honor of Jan Cloyd, who is one of our biggest donors, and I lost another mentor of mine in the last couple of years to cancer, and I just, I don't know, Pam and I were both really emotional earlier today as we knew we were going to have to write more names on our board today. And that's why this night's really important, is that over $8 million has been raised for women's cancer research, and we need more. And too many people are dying from this disease. And at the same time, I want to honor the thrivers, as I was corrected to call them, that I've conquered cancer, and it's so neat to see some of those people and honor them. But yeah, for some reason, it just really hit me today. I was really humbled by the battles so many people are fighting for. I have a place in my journal every day that I write names of people that are battling an illness, and 90% of those are cancer. And I pray for them every morning, almost every single morning. And I just, that's why these nights are important. We need to keep fighting. We need to keep raising awareness, and we need to keep raising money for different cancer researchers. And I remember last year, Holly Rowe happened to be here for this particular game, and she shared with the team, I don't know if I would be here without this fund and these researchers. I'm a living example of what can happen for somebody with new treatments and new ways to conquer this horrible disease. So I don't know, I don't have very good words right now. I'm not being very articulate, but it means a lot.
Lauren, this question's for you. One of your most underrated aspects as a player is moving without the ball. Can you explain how that makes you so dynamic as a player?
Yeah, offensively, I think that the ball, a lot of our offense revolves around getting paint touches, and I just want to make sure that, offensively our team executes the way we want. And, I think just creating catches for my teammates is something that I've always taken pride in. And obviously, I think Kiki and I do a really good job through our chemistry, just making sure that she finds me inside, and she does a really good job of that. But yeah, just doing anything I can to help the team win, that's really important to me. So I just always continue to create.
Hi, Coach. A few weeks ago, you talked about one of the challenges was finding the discomfort for them to find comfort. Do you think now, with those weeks, how they pass, and the two players, Kiki and Lauren, if y'all can chime in. Have y'all found it discomfort or comfort in the discomfort yet?
I think bottom line is if we haven't found discomfort after getting punched in the gut down across town, then we've got bigger problems, right? And we did. We got punched in the gut, and we didn't respond and have the kind of toughness and next play speed that I have seen from this team. So it's not like it's not in them. It's just that, we got punched in the mouth, and you got to respond. And what are you going to do about it? So we lost that battle, but our commitment is to the war. And so how does that inform us? And, I think we have done some good things in how we've moved on and learned some things from that. We've really been, I don't think we gave up baskets in transition defense the same way. That's a big focus of something that we've been working on. But, I think at this point in the year, there's sort of built-in discomfort that if you have to embrace that and just choose to conquer and grab every single inch and every single possession, and every time you can give to somebody else on your team, anytime you can blow wind into someone else's sails, anytime you can celebrate somebody else, it's all about doing all the things under your control and minimizing interferences. That's all we really need to be focused on.
I have two questions. First, for Kiki. Seemed you had a slow start to the game, but you had 12 of your 16 points in the second half. Obviously, the coaches tell you what needs to be done, but what do you tell yourself in that situation, and how do you get to that level of production?
Yeah, I think for me, it's just continuing to feel out the game and what our team needs at that time. In the first half, I didn't score a ton, but I think I was just kind of finding my teammates and getting our offense going and reading what the defense was giving me. I probably missed a few opportunities to be aggressive, but I'll continue to work through that. And then in the second half, when I felt like I needed to look to score a little bit more to kind of extend our lead, I did that. And it's about reading the defense. I mean, I'm not too pressed to score all the time, so it's just about kind of finding the best option for our team, and that's my job as the point guard to really get everyone the ball and make sure our team's getting the best looks possible.
And Coach, do you have any update on Janiah Barker?
Not yet. I didn't think it was. I did talk at halftime coming out to our doc, and didn't think it was something serious. But they were going to try to see if she could run up and down and go at halftime, and obviously wasn't able to do so. But I haven't gotten any update further from that.
Coach, based on the offensive performance tonight, how would you say it's different from the movement and the style you would normally like to see from the team?
Well, I think that the hard part is that I didn't think we had great movement at all, but at the same time, part of that was because we weren't getting defensive stops and rebounds. Every time we got a defensive stop and rebound, we were able to play for the pace and the style that we want to play. So, I just think it's every part of the game. It's how we rebounded. It's the amount of passion plays we got. It was everything. We just were a step late on everything. And so, there's some technical sides I could talk about, but honestly, it pales in comparison to us just playing with the pace and passion that we're used to playing with. And we'll get back to that.
Just to follow up on JB really quickly, was it concussion protocol that took?
No,
She got hit in the head?
No, she's
so why
fine.
Did she leave the game then?
I think it was a lower leg situation, so I don't think it had anything to do with head.
Okay. And then Kiki and Lauren, Illinois had only 8 players suit up for the game, and they almost out-rebounded you guys tonight. So is that just a matter of trying to tap into that aggression, or what can you do to prevent stuff like that from happening in the future?
I think it was just urgency.
Yeah.
I think it was just urgency, a lack of urgency. I mean, I just think too many times we just rely on our length, and then we just don't box out. And I think, the players, they were just really scrappy on Illinois, and they went for it, and they were really aggressive, and we just have to respond and box out consistently. So, yeah, we have to do better. So.
Yeah, I mean, all of us will take accountability for that as players. Our coaches continue to preach to us every single day the importance of rebounding and how we need to get better at that. And I think tonight, when a team that with really only a few players out-hustled us in a lot of ways, beat us to 50-50s, out-rebounded us, that's going to hurt us down the stretch in closer games against different teams. So we really need to fix that now.
For Lauren and Kiki, when your coaches up here, saying you guys are missing aggression and missing, passion, what are the conversations as the leaders of the team that you have with the other players to kind of regroup and regather to meet those standards?
Yeah, I think that's something that Lauren and I will talk about, and just kind of figure out how we can continue to increase that urgency and get everyone and ourselves playing with more passion, more aggression, and finding that spark again. But that's something that we'll talk about and kind of relate to the team.
I had another quick question. Kendall Dudley didn't produce a lot of points, but she made some key plays, and she also seemed to be one of the team's biggest cheerleader out there. What do you see from her progressing in this first year, and especially towards the end of the season?
Well, she's been huge. When Janiyah wasn't playing, we knew that she could give us a defensive spark, and we just moved and we played small and moved Gabs to the 4 and allowed her to. We need to get her in the game. She just changes the pace. She brings a spark, and so she got in a little bit of foul trouble in terms. She had a couple of times where, she just at the last minute fouled her player, and that was a big emphasis for us. But she just makes winning plays, and for someone, they're not guarding her as much at the 3-point line, but her ability to cut off of Lauren's double team has been a really huge asset for us. And then she's a great screener. So we used her in a situation, we put Kiki and Lauren in ball screen, and then we hammer screened or flare screened with her, and you had to guard that, and her player wasn't there to hedge, and we got a 3 in the corner that way. So she just does a lot of things that lead to winning. And, whether that's moving without the ball, being a great screener, being a lockup defender, passion plays, and her plus minus today reflects that. She had the highest plus minus on the team. So, really proud of Kendall. And she's the consummate learner. She's always asking questions. She was in watching film with Coach Tony yesterday, and really proud of how she's just found ways to help our team win possessions.
Just a quick question for Kiki. You guys talked about a lot about the things that you guys are not doing, the things you guys got to get better at. What does that say about your team that y'all still pretty dominant and still winning games, but you guys still haven't reached your best selves yet?
Yeah, I think it speaks to the talent and how hard we do work in a lot of areas. Just because we're not perfect right now doesn't mean that we still haven't been able to be successful. But again, our ranking right now, our record right now, that's not what we set out at the beginning of the season to achieve. So we, all 3 goals that we have are still in front of us, and Coach Shannon talked about that in the locker room. We still need to continue to work every day to achieve that and close that gap between where we are right now and where we want to be. But I think it does speak to the depth and the talent and just the amount of great players that we have on this team.
This is for whoever wants to take it, but you guys held their leading scorer, number 44, Kendall Bostic, to 8 points. What do you attribute that success to?
Lauren Betts. It's happened all year long. You can't. The only time she scored is when Lauren was helping on the ball screen, and we were in shadow, and they were able to run the pick and pop. She got 2 threes off of that. Outside of her getting to the 3-point line, and probably we were in blitz 1, which we were just not switching with DZ, and their coaches, she does a great job, by the way, credit to her. But she was putting DZ in that action so that we had a harder time switching. And so, credit to them for that. But the reality is that when she catches it in her spots, which are left short corner and more around the war zone, she's the leading rebounder in Illinois history. But I just think we have Lauren Betts and they don't.
Kind of going off of that, I guess, Lauren, you broke a Monique Billings record tonight. Have you had much dialogue with her, and just what does it mean to, cement your own legacy like that?
No, sadly, to be honest, it's kind of embarrassing. No, I have not spoken to her as much as I want to, but obviously she's a great player and she's left such a great legacy in this program, and I'm just super honored to have, a record like that. Yeah, she's amazing, so there's not much I can say on that, but I'm just really honored and really grateful, so.
Yeah, we really appreciate you guys being here, and we've got, obviously we have one more regular season home game and plus hopefully 2 rounds in the NCAA tournament. But we just, all that's been happening with our team, telling their stories, helping us build our attendance, the enthusiasm that surrounds, as they get to know our players better, the enthusiasm that surrounds this building. And so I just want to say thank you for you guys showing up, covering our team, and helping us grow the game. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.